This clip is brought to you by BoutTheOnline.com.
I have, I've always recorded ever since No Limit. I just did a lot of recording with a lot of people back at home. I've worked with a lot of the artists, or have, yeah, I've worked with a lot of the artists in coming out of Louisiana that a lot of people know now. That back then I remember them getting up off the ground, which was a pleasure. So I had never stopped working. I had never put out, and I had so many people that was like, when you gonna do something by yourself? When you gonna, you never drop Ghetto Angels. So when you gonna drop? So I felt like I owed it, to fans that I do have, to be able to hear projects that I come up with by myself, which that's what More to Come was. And it was just like an EP of a few songs that I had done. And I basically, found a couple of, because now the structure of making songs, or particular songs, is not as structured as it was back then, where I get to go in the studio and I work with the producer, and it's that organic vibe. I kind of, yeah, I found all of my beats online, which was cool, because I found them all online, and I wrote to them and I recorded them. And at that time, my brother was doing like an independent label, and he put it out under his independent label, and I think I did well to say it was a project that I put together myself, and I still do. I have songs for days. I have a lot of stuff that's not released. I did have a lot of music as well that I actually lost when we had a flood in Baton Rouge 2016. I lost everything that was in my computer. So it was a lot of music that I had that I would have loved to now have out there for people to hear, so you can hear like, well, she was working. It's just that the internet wasn't what it was.
Yeah.
What it is now. It wasn't what it was. So I had a lot of music. It's just that I didn't have anywhere to put the music besides MySpace. And of course, we don't even do MySpace
I think MySpace
anymore,
is
but
what,
yeah,
four songs on MySpace you could put up or something.
yeah. So a lot of the music that I did that I could have out now, to where people be like, oh, okay, so she was doing, yeah, I was always working. It's just that it wasn't anywhere besides, as opposed to me trying to chase after labels. And I did have opportunities with some labels. It's just that once you learn the music industry, it's really about a choice. You choose to go along with what the industry wants, or you stay true to who you are, not just as an artist, but as a person. So I chose to stay true to who I was as a person and an artist, and not compromise just so I can get another deal. So.
Yeah, no, totally, and we definitely commend you for that, because we do hear harrowing stories at times about the music industry and different aspects of it and stuff as well, which I think people don't realize this stuff. And for artists, as you said, sometimes they are laden with choices on whether they go independent, or sometimes you can still work business with others, but just that when it comes to compromising, I guess, themselves as artists and stuff, there's always that sort of struggle, I guess, within the music industry. And we've heard about it for years with artists, even like the Princes, and there's been so much different stories. What advice, I guess, with that being said, would you give to like young would-be artists coming up and stuff?
Don't sell out. As tempting as in, yeah, don't say that. I mean, that's just, and to me, that I'm a Scorpio, and we are known to be loyal individuals. And one of the things that I'm loyal to is we're loyal to who we are. So I am who I am, and I'm not going to compromise who I am just to satisfy anybody, and never for the mighty dollar. It's not worth it. And being in the industry, especially for females, they need to know that it comes with a price. And I'm not saying everywhere and everybody, but because I have been around a lot in the industry, it is full of vultures. So if you don't have a solid team around you, which is kind of like a hedge of protection for you, you're dealing with a male dominated industry. If build your team first. I think that's the best advice that I would give. Build your own team first. Don't allow the industry to give you a team, because if they give you a team, they're going to give you who they want to be around you, who they want to influence you, who they want to be in your ear, and it's not going to always be for your best interest. Not saying that the opportunity is not there. One of the artists that I really admire is her, because she's an artist that I feel she didn't compromise anything about herself, and she's so organic with her gifts and her talents, is that the industry doesn't have a choice but to respect her for who she is and what she brings to the table. So if you're trying to sell your talent, if you're trying to sell your crafts, and that's the most of what you're trying to sell, it you have to look at artists like that to know that it is possible. Don't sell yourself short, because I feel like once you do sell yourself short, there's consequences that comes with selling yourself short. And I don't think nothing is worth your mental health, because we do realize that a lot of people in the entertainment industry come out with mental issues, and it's mainly because they went into something blind-eyed, and there was some repercussions for the decisions that even myself, I've dealt with some things just based off the decisions that I made. So build you a solid team, get you people around you that's there to protect you, protect your well-being, protect your mental health, and that's going to stand up to a lot of these vultures and be like, no, if she's a full package. If you got a full package that you bring into the table, the industry needs you more than you need them. And that's the one thing that artists need to realize. The industry needs you because they need to sell the music. But they'll convince you otherwise. They'll try to convince you that you need them. No, they need you. So, and the world that we live in today, by everything being digital, everything is internet, you don't even need these labels now. You know what I'm saying? You can go, the things that you're looking for, whether it's the recognition, whether it's the money, it's all at your, as opposed to back then, if you didn't have a label, that was it. Now exactly. Everything is and now everything is already up front at you, to where you don't need the labels need you, and that means that you have the power to demand what it is that you willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept.
Peace, family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check us out on aboutthaonline.com. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for exclusive playlists and social media for all different types of segments and content.